Hey guys, it's Jason with the Boardgame Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a little micro game called ZiPANG Portable. ZiPANG Portable is a 2 to 6 player game where you're trying to deploy cards from your hand to take money from other players or battle other players to either be the last one standing or have the hand that has the most honor in it when all the cards in the deck have run out. It's a simple game, it's quick, it's easy to teach, but one of my favorite parts is how the game plays. So let's go to the table, see how it plays. Alright, so here we have a game of ZiPANG Portable set up for a 4-player game. For setup, you're going to do a few things to get started. First thing you're going to do is you're going to remove the following cards. You're going to take these 5 cards out. So you're going to take 1 bandit, 1 captain, 1 peasant, 1 monk, and 1 commander out of the deck for a 4-player game. And then you're going to give each player 5 coins, which look like this. I have a 1 on that side, just some lettering on that side, some characters. You're going to give each player 2 cards. You're going to take one of the cards from the deck, put it face down, and that will be the discard pile. Alright, so and each player is also going to get a sheet of what all the cards do, how much nobility they have, how much battle they have, and what their special ability is. I'll explain some of that as we go. Alright, so essentially what you're going to do here, on your turn you're going to draw a card, then you're going to play a card from your hand. Cards are going to do a few things. They're either going to let you take money from people, they're going to make other people have to put money in the middle of the pot, they're going to attack people, they're going to prevent you from getting attacked, so on and so forth. So to get started, we're each going to put a coin in the middle. And then we're going to remove 1 coin from the game. So it's a closed economy, and as the game progresses, the economy gets smaller. Alright, so then, let me stack these up nicely. So then we'll start with this player's turn. So here are the cards they have. They have a ninja and a bandit. So they're going to draw a card. They draw the kabuki. Alright, so now I'm going to play a card and then I'll explain I'll show you what the cards do for a little bit. Okay, so this is going to tell you what the card is. It's going to tell you how much battle it has, meaning if it can attack people, and it's going to tell you how much honor it has. Honor is what's going to determine the winner at the end of the game. So if this deck runs out and there are multiple people left in the round, whoever has the most honor in their hand is the winner. Kind of like in the game of Love Letter, whoever has the highest number. In this game, it's going to be whoever has the most honor. This game plays similarly to Love Letter, but a little more involved. It's like a gamer version of Love Letter. So let's get going and see how it plays. Alright, so this player is going to play the bandit. So they'll play the bandit right here. What the bandit does is, you can see on this card, it's going to let you steal 1 money from any other player. So they're going to go ahead and they will take from this player, just because it seems like the thing to do. Alright, and that's their turn. Then turn order goes to this player. So we'll take their cards. They have the captain and they have the emperor. And they're going to draw another captain. Alright, so since they have 2 captains, let's go ahead and use a captain. So they will play a captain, and they're going to battle this player, since this player just took money from them. So the way battling works is, they have a 3 attack. This player has to show 3 battle in their cards to them to defend the attack. If not, they're out of the game and they discard the card. So in this case, you can see right here, they have 2 battle. This one doesn't have any battle, so they get knocked out. So they do this, they're out of the rest of the game. Then this player comes over here, and then it goes over to this player's turn. I guess they're not out of the game, they're out of the round, because the game takes place over multiple campaigns, which is the term that this game uses for rounds. So this player has 2 peasants. So the peasant's interesting. The peasant actually does nothing by itself, and this is the only time you can play more than 1 card on your turn. On your turn you can play 2 peasants, and it will hit every other player for 5 battle. So that's probably what this player is going to do. So they drew a captain. So they have 2 peasants and a captain. So yeah, they're going to go ahead and play the 2 peasants. And that is going to let them hit every other player for 5 battle. So let's check this player, see if they have 5 battle. They have 3 battle, so they're knocked out. This player has 1 battle, so they're knocked out. So this player, last person in the game, they get all the money in the pot right here. And then we'll shuffle up the cards and we'll deal it again. You're always going to have 2 cards in your hand as well. So had someone still been in the game, they would have drawn another card, so they could still have 2. So you're going to play 2 campaigns until one player doesn't have any money at the end of a campaign. And that's the end of the game. Whoever has the most money is the winner. So let's take a look at some of this artwork, because this artwork is amazing. So this is the princess. She has an ability that will steal half of the money from the center pile or another player rounded down. That's pretty slick. The peasant we saw earlier, but I'll just go ahead and show it to you again. It's pretty awesome. The captain, saw that earlier too. The emperor, this is a fun card. The artwork's not really great, but what the emperor does is when this comes out, the campaign ends immediately. So when you play the card, if you have a bunch of money or you think you're going to have the most honor in your hand, you're going to play that in the campaign and maybe you'll get to win the money. But it's a gamble. More peasants. Saw the kabuki. I think the kabuki is my favorite card because it's the most interesting. The ninja, the captain. Here's a bandit. The bandit looks pretty cool. It's all this traditional Japanese artwork. Let's see if there's another card we haven't seen yet. Here's the merchant. What the merchant does is it will make all other players put 1 money in the center of the coin pile. Shrine maiden. Shrine maiden, all their players must reveal their hands face up for 15 seconds. So it's going to give you a little taste of what all the other players' cards are. The monk is a defense card. If someone tries to attack you, you can discard the monk and it will protect you. This card's kind of cool. The Tea Master. It is going to let you randomly choose 1 player's card and play it. That's really fun. And then I'll also show you the Warlord, which is pretty slick art as well. And the Warlord, 5 battle attack versus 1 player. So it's like the peasant, but it's all 1 player instead of everybody. That's a little bit of the cards. And that was a quick overview of the game. But I think playing through that first campaign, you can see how the game works. It's simple. It's quick. And like I said earlier, it's like a gamer version of Love Letter with a little more going on and way more interesting artwork. I mean, look at that. All right, so let's go up to the top and see what we think about it. So that was ZiPAng Portable. This game is a really fun game. When we were playing it, I thought, man, this really reminds me of some other game. And then I got to pondering on it, and it's kind of like a gamer's version of Love Letter. You have a card, well, in this case, 2 cards in your hand. You're drawing a card, and then you're playing a card, and you're doing what the card says. You're going to do that until the deck runs out. And then once the deck runs out, whoever has the most nobility in their hand is going to be the winner. Or if you're the last person left alive, you're the winner. Similar to Love Letter, but this game has a lot more going on. It has more player interaction than Love Letter with the battling and stealing money from people. Love Letter was kind of just, you could use the guard and hit people. But with this one, there's multiple different ways you can attack people. You can use peasants, you can use warlords, you can use the commander and the captain. You can use the ninja to take some money. You can play cards out of other people's hands. It's just a little more interesting and a little more take that than Love Letter, which normally I don't like, but in this game I kind of dig it because it seems to match the Japanese samurai looking theme. So this game is pretty solid. We played it 4 players and we played through the entire thing. I don't remember what the final scores were, but everybody was in it until the very end, and I think the one guy who got knocked out, everyone else was pretty close on the money except for him. So yeah, we had a little rules confusion, but that's mostly just because I didn't read them correctly. If I would have just looked at another paragraph, it would have been fine. It's really easy to understand. It's easy to play. The little rules reference sheet tells you what every card does, how much battle they have, how much nobility they have. Yeah, the only thing I wish that we knew was how many of each card there were, because in Love Letter, there were little dots at the bottom that said, hey, there are 5 cards or whatever. So you could count kind of, minus the 1 card that's randomly removed, just like in this game. You can count kind of what's going on through the discard pile. But in this case, I didn't really know how many of each card there were. So I was kind of thinking, well, they played a commander. Maybe there aren't any more. I don't know. But minor flaw, minor detail, not a big issue. It doesn't really detract from the game. It's just something that I wish it had. So yeah, that is ZiPAng Portable. It's a fun little card game, and if you're into micro games, if you like love letter or games in that vein, I definitely recommend it. Hope you enjoyed the review, and keep gaming.